Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14. Alright, so we're going to have to remove all the screws from the bottom. The other model here is GA402R. Full model GA402RJ-G14.R96700. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and open this thing up. We're going to be using a PH1 or JS1 screwdriver to remove the screws from the bottom. We'll also probably need a needle, or hopefully the small little flathead screwdriver will let me get these little things out, but we need to remove these little rubber covers as well, right? So let's just get in there and then see if we can, yep, okay, that works. So we're going to get those three out. All right, if this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Anyways, other than that, let's go ahead and continue removing the screws. Alright, so again, we're switching over to the PH1 JS1 screwdriver. You want to keep all the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. Oops. Alright, so the way you do that is you put them, or the way I do it is I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the power and I remove them. So we got 4 back here, we got the 3 here, and then we got 4 more over here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove, oh, it's missing a screw there actually. I was like, why is it just spinning nonstop? Okay, so just remove all those screws. I don't know why that one's missing, but anyways, we'll just continue. Okay. So far, the screws seem to be the same size, but it's always a good idea to keep them in order just in case. All right. Go ahead and get all these out. Okay. Are these different? Okay, these are shorter. So the ones towards the opening, the front part of the laptop, they're shorter screws. So again, don't mix them up. Okay, if you accidentally put the long screw in the short hole, you can actually damage your computer, so you want to be very careful. Alright, now that we got all the screws out, actually this one stays in place it seems, and it actually helps pop this up. Oh, that's weird. A portion of this is kind of like chipping out. Anyways, okay, so now that we got that, we're going to use that gap that it creates to go underneath and pull up. I wonder how this is chipping off like that. Alright, we're going to go along the side and same thing. I just slide my fingernail along. Obviously you can use pry tools, and then we're going to work our way along the front. I'm pushing with my thumb here as I kind of pull up. Okay, we're going to work our way down this side. Same thing. And sometimes it helps to go from the inside portion, but be careful not to push on like the keyboard or the palm rest area. And then I'll push like that with my thumb. Okay. And there we go. We got that all opened up. I'm going to probably see if I can put some super glue to hold that broken piece in place. But anyways, now that we got that, we're going to kind of lift and wiggle, and usually we can get that out. Nope. Looks like the back is secured somehow. Okay, hopefully these clips I can just pop it up by hand. I'm going to go from here, and then it looks like it comes up from here. Yep. Okay. So there we go, and there we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this piece to stick on there, because I don't want this falling out. There's not really much to look at in here. They have this giant heatsink. It looks like someone opened it up or took it out at some point. I don't know if they did that after it was having issues, but anyways, let's go ahead and get a thumbnail real quick. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to actually disconnect the battery. So the battery connector's right here. It has this metal tab that you need to slide out of the way. Once you slide it back, you can get under here and pull that up, just like that. Alright, then we're going to carefully open up the laptop, and then we're going to press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. Alright, this makes it a lot safer to work on, and also it drains, since it drains the capacitors. I believe this one doesn't have a separate CMOS BIOS RDC real-time clock battery, so that should also reset the BIOS. So if there's something weird with the BIOS that's preventing it from booting, hopefully that will fix that. If they're lucky, it could also be a RAM issue. Okay, it's not showing anything on the screen when they power it on. Okay, let me glue the little piece real quick before it like falls off or something. You can see how it's kind of like breaking apart here. Oops, sorry. You can see how it's breaking apart there. So let's go ahead and try putting a little super glue there. And the nice thing is this case is white, so super glue kind of will dry white. So it should be okay even if it kind of goes out everywhere. Okay, but you kind of want to be careful. All right, there we go. Close that up. Wow, that was way too much. It way overflowed. Let me get something to clean it up a little here. Okay. And we're going to kind of push on this and kind of use the paper towel to absorb the extra. And just push on that. Ooh, it overflowed everywhere here. I didn't even notice that. Oh, that piece completely ripped off now. So I gotta make sure it sits in place right. It sticks on, and probably is gonna stick to my finger now, but okay. Well, it is what it is. That's how it kind of set. So we'll see. I don't know how that piece was like coming off. But there we go. Let that set. Okay, I think it should be good, but I'll keep holding it while I go ahead and take a look at the rest. So there's not too much to this model. Okay, they have this vapor cooling chamber. I'm assuming this model, usually they have like liquid metal or something in there. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Anyways, you got a fan connector here. Okay, you got the M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD here. Let me zoom out a bit more. Okay, so there's an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD here. You would have to peel, oh, they actually stuck this down to the thermal pad. Okay, so I guess we'll peel this first so that we can hopefully separate this. Wow, why'd they stick this on so strong? What in the world? Okay, they use some strong double stick adhesives here, but there you can see, all right, the screw here. If you want to remove it, you undo that screw, it pops up slightly, and then you just pull it out, okay? So this isn't a SSD upgrade video, but I kind of just wanted to show where it was, okay? And now it's probably not going to stick down the same, but there you go. Okay. What else we got? We got the RAM here, okay? So the RAM, there's a flap, and it looks like there's only one stick available. So you pull these two tabs to the side, it pops up just like the SSD would when you undo the screw, and then you just pull it back. Oh, that RAM has some weird gunk on it. So we're gonna get that out. All right, and this RAM is PC5 4800B, so you should be able to upgrade to any PC5 4800B RAM. This is only 8 gigs, so I'm pretty sure they have like 32 gig sticks and stuff, so if you want, you can upgrade to much larger capacity. Let me clean this out. Okay, if they're lucky, sometimes it can also be a RAM issue, but they said it was after they were like processing something. So kind of strange. All right, anyways, we'll push the two pieces together and then wiggle it and then click it down. All right, what else? We got the battery. Let me actually zoom out here and then show you if I can. Let's see, do we need to undo the SSD to get the battery out? Possibly, probably, so I guess let's peel that out anyways. All right, let's undo the SSD screw here. One screw. After that, you can lift this slightly, okay? Then you kind of pull that back. There you go. There's a small thermal pad here. Interesting. There's a tiny thermal pad. Actually, the customer wanted me to check if their data is intact, so I guess we have to remove the SSD anyways. All right, let's undo the screws for the battery. So there's one there. Got another one over here. And I think that's it. The other two were part of the case that were down here. Okay, so let's see if we can lift this up and out. All right, and lift I'm actually also lifting the front up like that, okay? And there we go, we got the battery out. Let me dust this off a little bit. All right, so the model number of the battery is super tiny, but it's right here. It's C41N as in Nancy 2101, all right? So if you need a new battery, that's the model number. Okay, you got the keyboard connector here. To access it, you do have to take the RAM out, but there's a flip latch. You'd have to flip this black portion of the latch up, and then you can go ahead and pull that out. Usually you have to kind of lift this slightly and pull it back. I'm not going to take it out because we don't need to. You got the keyboard, sorry, the touchpad, trackpad connector here. I'm going to put this back in. There's tape here that's just helping roll the keyboard cable over the motherboard. Wireless card here was underneath the SSD. If you want to remove the antennas, you go from the tail and pull straight up. I don't want to take it out because sometimes the solder to these connectors are bad and they come off. All right, looks like some models have an LED connector there. All right, then the speaker, I'm cleaning it off because there's like gunk on it. So speakers here, it's just held in with rubber so you can actually lift it out. There's no screws. And then there's this wire running along underneath. And then it goes around here to the other speaker here. And then they both connect to the motherboard or logic board there. All right, this is a wireless antenna. And I guess the wire goes underneath the motherboard all the way over here. Okay, you got this little connector, which it doesn't have anything telling me what it is. So I'm not too sure. There's a lot of like little connectors here that I don't know what TWE is and whatever this connector is. But this is kind of going into the screen. So this is usually the LCD LVDS connector. There's this little pull strap tab thing that usually you can use to pull and disconnect the LCD. But usually this is hard to pull up. So while I'm pulling it, I get underneath and then I kind of like pop the connector up using my fingernail like this. Okay, you can see how I disconnected it, but we're gonna snap it back down. Okay, all right, so this is most likely for like the cameras and things like that because it goes into the screen connector. DC jack charge port connector soldered to the motherboard. You got another fan connector here, and I think that's about it. I don't know what this tiny one is. If there's more speakers, it's most likely for another speaker somewhere in there because it has 4 cables, okay? So I'm going to make sure that stays plugged in. Let's see, are there more speakers up there? Oh yeah, okay, there are 2 more speakers up here. So this computer has 4 speakers in it. Okay, anyways, first thing I'm going to do now is test it without the SSD just to see if it powers on okay. Actually, let's try it without the battery. So we're going to plug this in. Customer brought a new charger because their other one, the wire was fraying. But let's see. Hopefully it will. I haven't tried this, but it is lighting up there. So let's see if it powers on without... actually, the keyboard's already lighting itself up. So that's not really a good sign. Most likely something's fried or shorted somewhere because the Alt key is like lit up here. The whole keyboard's lit up, but the Alt key is like most noticeable for some reason. And yeah, I see the little light bulb light LEDs on and the battery LED is on. There's no battery, so it shouldn't be showing that one, but every model acts different, so who knows. All right, I held the power button and you can see the keyboard backlight turned off. I'll push the power button again and the Alt key lit up again. And let's see, I don't think anything is coming on the screen, so most likely the motherboard, logic board is toast on here. I don't know who undid the screw here because there's a puncture in there, so at some point somebody took the heatsink off. I don't know if maybe it died and then if the customer opened it to try and see what was going on. I don't know, no clue, but yeah. Okay, so nothing is happening. Sometimes because the battery acts as the CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery, it will take a while to boot up and show anything on the screen, but I'm assuming because plugging in the power, it just automatically powered itself on, something in the motherboard or logic board is fried. So I'm going to just test their SSD, and then I'll let the customer know or ask them what they want to do. most likely I'll recommend them get an M.2 SSD USB adapter. I just use this one, but there are enclosures that you can get. Okay, so I'm just gonna check the SSD. Hopefully it's not BitLocker encrypted or something. Most likely it might be, because Windows makes everyone log in with a Microsoft account and then it encrypts itself. So hopefully he'll at least be able to get the key if that's the case. But anyways, I'm gonna test the SSD. You can see the computer's not turning on, so I'm pretty sure it's toast. But yeah, for now I'm gonna test the SSD and I'll be back. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so I left it sitting for several minutes and nothing's coming on. I did test the SSD and it does seem to be readable. Accessing the user files from another Windows computer does take a while though, so I'm still waiting to see what it's going to do. But I'm going to go ahead and put this back because most likely the customer is going to want me to leave the SSD out so they can access the data. So I'm just going to go ahead and reconnect the battery and everything. It's one more last ditch effort. I'm going to just pull the RAM again, put it back. But I doubt it's going to do anything because, again, when I plug in the power, it just auto powers on, which is really weird. Okay, that's not normal for these kind of laptops. It does sometimes happen on some computers, but this model usually not. This kind of computer, usually ASUS laptops don't do that. All right. Anyways, I pushed the connector back down and then slid that metal tab back over. Okay, let's go ahead and put the battery screws back on. Alright, and we'll put the SSD screw back in, but we'll leave the SSD out, and then we'll just put the rest back together. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Again, if it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their device as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Again, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Other than that, I do have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More. If you could subscribe to that channel as well, that'll help a lot. Alright, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on there and it's taking a while. But yeah, hopefully it will happen soon. Alright, anyways, let's get these last screws back in. Okay, make sure to push all the areas around back down. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You're welcome to stay as I get all these screws back in, but that's all there is to it. Okay, again, also make sure to put those little rubber things back on. Actually, I mean, they're not necessary. Whoops, that one was missing a screw, so we'll leave that out. The little rubber things aren't really necessary. They're more just cosmetic, so if you want, you can just leave them off, and then that way it's easier to open next time. But yeah, if you want to put it back the way you found it, then put those rubber pieces back. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Let's get all these last screws in. We'll try and power it on one last time, but I'm pretty sure nothing's going to happen. And then, yeah. Alright. Just a few screws. I was confusing myself. I was like, why do I only have 3 of these screws? Because this one stays in there. Alright, and the last one. There we go. Alright, then we gotta get these little rubber things. There's a little bit of adhesive on them, so when you go to put it back, make sure you put it with the adhesive side face down, so that way it sticks. Okay. Alright. And that's pretty much it. Alright. See, they're so tiny. Alright, there we go. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye. What the heck? Okay, so I put the battery back in, pressed the power button, left it alone, and look, surprise, surprise, we got the BIOS. So I'm going to try putting the SSD back in and see if we're lucky. Alright. Alright, so as you can see, it's plugged in. we got the battery charging light on. This didn't turn itself on like last time. And we're going to power it up. Just one press. You can see that light's on. Let's see. Don't tell me it's dead again. Don't tell me it's dead again. Did somehow putting the screws back kill it, or is it just very intermittent? Oh my god. It was working earlier. It came on. Now it's dead again. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, it was just slow. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it took a while. Anyways, there we go. It's booting up. So, yep, it's working now. All right, see you guys later. Bye.